So if you have completed the previous steps and you have come to the similar output as per my screen, let's proceed. This time I'm going to add or I'm going to complete this window presentation, and along with that we'll little bit talk about the line weights and something, because that is also something important aspect. That means when you print, you need some thinner lines in your presentation, whether it's a color or black and white print. Still, the line weight is also an important role, plays an important role in our prints or hard copy. Even if in a soft copy like PDF file, if the line weights are there, you can actually understand the drawings in a better manner. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to actually switch to line tool again. And here I am willing to draw two horizontal lines which will try to represent the window opening presentation. So again, line tool is there, default setting, single object is there. Now, by default, if you check out, the pen number was 20. And if you click on this particular slot for choosing the pen, that is where the pen number is getting displayed as the color also. This time you please try to concentrate. So now currently the 20 number was there. So this was your current pen. Okay. And if you check out its status, it's a 20 number pen with a 0 mm as a line weight. That means what is the finest line weight which probably will get utilized. So how to identify these pen numbers? So again, not in much detail, but just try to find out, like if I stand over here, it's a 1 number pen with a 0.13 as a mm as its line weight. So at the top, you can always read the option. Right? So the way I'm scrolling down, you can understand how the pen number is changing and its line weight and its description related to that. Now you can't understand all the description right now because you're not yet familiar with the ArchiCAD and the advanced tools. So just focus on the at the most right now the color and the line weight. So probably if you see that these lines which you want to draw as a window lines, if you want to keep them with a blue color, and that too also with some light line weight as a thinner one, not a thicker one. So let's try to work with this 0.2 mm, okay, blue color. So now onward, whenever I draw a new line, this will get drawn with the 66 number as a pen number. So if I just stay over here, you can see now half of the line length is getting marked with this blip. The reason is that you know it very well again, that in your snap point and snap guide, the snap points is supposed to be half. Instead of that, I'm going to push you for the divisions as a 3. Then you will say, how can I change this? I want to make divisions as a 4, 5. Okay, so you want to go for that? Just try to find out there's an option known as a set snap point values, where you can actually decide how many divisions or percent or distance you would like to go and start working with. Obviously, I'll just go and brief out to you about the divisions at this moment, or I'll just make you familiar with this dialog, and later you can change and try these options. And if possible, obviously, even I'll try to complete them in my next clips. So here, if you click, you will see that snap point value settings, and the divisions are right now 3. You have to type an integer. You can't type 4.5 or 10.7. It's not valid. You have to give a pure number. So, for example, if I put 5, so what will happen? There will be total 5 divisions. Getting the point? Okay. So, if I use the 3 divisions, which was earlier, we'll try to see how it works. Okay. So, I'll keep the 3 as it is. I'll say okay for this. And make sure you have actually selected this combination, which is also an important thing. And now if I touch to this line, you will see that 3 divisions. Got the point? So 2 blips and the object or the segment was divided into 3 portions. So now I'm going to just pick one portion and I'm going to complete this over here. Okay. So this is how I've added the first segment. How to add the second? Obviously I can touch again to the same. Because I'm working with the logic of, again remember, I'm working with the logic of between nodes. If I work with the between intersection point, what will happen? The 3 divisions of this interval, okay, which will be on a wrong present, or at present it won't be suitable for my need. So I'm going to switch back to between nodes. And here I'm just going to stay with the Mercedes cursor, get the location, pick the point with the check mark, and just travel further, get the perpendicular or field pencil, and assure about everything or confirm everything that 1890 degree was the direction. So you have completed these two lines. Now the point is what? Actually, the wall lines which I have drawn, they are supposed to be thinner compared to my window lines, because the red line which you have checked, it carries a zero line weight. If you want to see these things on screen, because we are not printing anything right now, but on screen you can see that. So how? You just go inside the view, pull down menu, view, on screen view options, and you can check out there are several options are written. Out of that, there is a true line weight option which is inactive right now, because something which is highlighted with the blue background, it is supposed to be active, otherwise it is inactive. So let's activate this, and you will see some change on your screen, that your blue lines are looking more thicker than compared to these red lines. So obviously I want to change this presentation, because if I print, then my print will not show me the correct representation of my cut walls and the window and all those things. So let's go and edit this further. How? First of all, I'm going to trim down these horizontal lines which are passing from the window, because if you want to print, your walls, cut walls are going to be thicker than compared to your window lines, and probably your wall lines which are in the elevation for the periphery of your window opening, they may be in a thinner than compared to your other lines also. Okay, so first of all, either you trim down and draw a new one, or otherwise you can split the object. But maybe splitting in the sense I have to split it at one level and another level and preserve this element. Okay, let's try that. Though it's a little bit not supposed to be an long cut, maybe one method. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to click with the arrow tool. Okay, I'm going to select this object. You can press W also to get the arrow tool, as you have seen in the last clip. Now, once you have taken this particular horizontal line, you have to use the split icon. Okay. Once you use the split icon, you should read the prompt. It is written, click an arc or edge or draw a line to split the selected elements along it. So my splitting point is nothing but this vertical edge is becoming guideline to split this horizontal line. Then you'll say, you should have selected these horizontal line at the bottom also. Actually, I should have done that also. So I can select two segments at a time, and even I can split it. So first of all, let's try to do it. With the Mercedes cursor, you click, and then you will get one eyeball cursor. Now this is one more cursor which we have added. This eyeball cursor indicates which portion of the segment you would like to continue for the editing after splitting. So I'm going to click on this right side. You will see now the node is highlighted over here and the segment was splitted now. You can see how it is looking. Same way I can split it from other side also. So again I can go and just, because still the segment was selected, and I'm just going to click with the split, and with the Mercedes cursor click over here and click on this side. So this becomes my say one side as a splitting I have splitted the segment. Now for the other side I won't split. Instead of that, I have deselected the object. Now remember, I have deselected the object. Now I'm holding the control key, and you know it very well that control will activate because the arrow tool is there. The control will activate the trim mode, and I'm going to trim down this. Okay, so this is how I'm going to cut it. Then you will say, what about the line segment? I'll copy this, either this one, or I'll draw a new one. So that can be also another method. So fine, let's try to copy this, Control Shift D, and I have copied this. Okay, so this is how my basic window presentation was completed. But still my walls are not actually giving me the thicker line weight. No? So what you have to do, I'm going to show you another method how I can select multiple objects in a one go. Okay, so to do that, what we are going to do is with the arrow tool itself, check out there is supposed to be at the top, it is written selection method. And if you keep your mouse over there, the highlighted things are, you should read the tooltip. It's written as partial elements, entire elements, and direction dependent. So please try to read these things. And out of that, this is just nothing but in case if you are use AutoCAD for some reason, and if you know how to select multiple objects in a one go, then you have a partial elements, that is window selection. A partial element is a crossing selection. Entire element is a window selection. And direction dependent is supposed to be from the pick point on the right side, you have a window, and from the pick point on the left side, you have a crossing selection. That is what normally AutoCAD says. A similar environment is Archicad is also following, but only thing the wordings are different, like partial element, entire elements, and direction dependent. And how that selection geometry should be, like whether you want to select highlight the region for selection with a rectangle, polygon, or some other method. So I'm going to continue with the rectangle itself, and I'll go for the see this partial element for a while. Okay, otherwise these are the things. If you pick on this, you will get the flyout. Out of the flyout, these three possibilities are there. So this was supposed to be partial, then entire, and direction dependent. Mostly I'll prefer afterwards for the direction dependent, because that becomes more convenient in a day-to-day practice. But initially let's go for the partial, and just try to click on now just again read the prompt. It is written, click an element or draw a selection area. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to draw selection area. How? Just keep your mouse on the empty part of the drawing, and you pick a point and start dragging your mouse. You will see that your selection area is now getting activated. You have to enclose the entire area, or you have to drag the mouse in such a way that you are going to enclose those particular targeted objects to be get selected in that region. Moment you click on the, because again if you read the prompt, it is written complete selection polygon. That is on your this is what is written, that at the bottom, complete selection rectangle. So I'm just going to complete this rectangle. Moment I click, you will see all the segments are selected, and out of which actually you are not willing to select these four segments because they are representing window presentation, and the wall lines I want to make them thicker. So what we are going to do, I'm just going to actually deselect them. How? It's again possible that you in one go, if I want to remove them, otherwise you can hold the shift key and one at a time you can click and they will get removed from the current selection. You can see all selected 16 are written at the top. And if I want to select deselect them in a group, I'll just hold the shift key, stay on the empty part of the drawing, click a point to activate my this rectangular selection partial element, and then I'll complete this area. Because it's a partial, that means I don't have to worry about selecting them fully inside it. Even if it is just cutting to those objects which are targeted to be get removed, even that is okay. So I'm just going to complete this rectangle. Moment I click, and you will see that all these four are removed, so all selected 12. Getting the point? So this is how actually you have done the multiple selection in a one go. Okay, so let's edit these filtered elements, like 12 objects which we are targeted. Now I don't want to keep them with such a line weight as a thin one. I want to actually have them a better one. So if you check out, if you go and just check out 0.35, this is 21 number, 0.35 mm is a better one. So I'll just click on this. So what will happen, a black color. So if in case you print this as a color, these lines will turn out to be black, but that's okay. For a while I'm ready to go for that. And in case if I'm printing as a pure black and white, then everything will be black. Only thing, the line weights will play the role. Okay, so now if I deselect them, how? You just have to single click on the empty part of the drawing. So remember, I've just completed my editing, so I'm now deselecting them. So I'll get the end product as a black color. And because the true line weight is on, you can see how the line weight is now working on your screen. That means your wall lines are getting thicker, then your window lines are thinner, and the elevational wall lines is further thinner. Got the point? So please try to follow all these instructions properly and complete the floor plan the way you want, about at least adding the door window puncture, Obviously, in the next clip, I'm going to start working with the circle and arc tool, so we can even complete the door presentation in a much better manner. Okay, but till then, definitely complete this much of task. Do posting me or inform me. Like I'll surely share my email address and number also. So you please update me how you finding out these things, whether you're able to understand what are the problems you are facing. So definitely, I'll love to solve that.